Alright, update on Solana. So we're really not looking too good right now. Starting off with the 4 hourly candles, you can see this morning Solana had a big rally on the Robinhood announcement. If you are unprivy to the information, Robinhood basically announced, or they put it on their app, that you can now get Shiba Inu. I believe the other coin was Matic, Compound, and the fourth coin being Solana. And as you can see, it rallied very hard on the news. We rallied right into the 4 hourly EMA ribbons. We came right into the short-term moving average and started to landslide. If we look at the momentum indicators, the squeeze mom came and reset the last time we came into the short-term moving average. We came down, started to reset the bearish momentum by putting in these dark red candles. We retested the 4 hourly moving average only 4 hours ago, and now we are starting to head down again. You can see momentum is starting to accrue to the downside, so it's not looking good right now. Now, I don't want to freak people out because, we could be setting up a W formation, and like I've been saying, if you've been watching my videos, whether you've been watching Solana, different altcoins, whether you've been watching my Bitcoin videos, you know that I talk about Bitcoin in a lot of my altcoin videos because Bitcoin basically does what the whole altcoin market does. When Bitcoin starts to move down, all the altcoins start to move down. It's just how it is. And looking at Bitcoin, I've been talking about how I believe Bitcoin is going to come down from 43,000 to 39,500. We did that. We came down, we filled my target. And this is the point where I said we really should be seeing a bounce right now. We should be seeing a reversal in momentum. We should be seeing these daily squeeze moms start to head to the upside, put in dark red candles, come back to the heartline and turn green. We're not seeing that. We're seeing more momentum push to the downside for Bitcoin. If we look at this daily candle that we've got today, you can see a big push up to 40,700 and then a big push down to 39,600. That is a $1,100 drop. I believe that's about 2.5%. Honestly, not looking the greatest for Bitcoin. This is when we really needed to start rallying. And sure, as long as we're not breaking daily candles below approximately 39,000, there is nothing to worry about. But I do not like how the momentum is setting up on Bitcoin. We really need to see a reversal. Before we see that, I can't be leverage trading Solana because, Solana is telling me we could be having a further move to the downside. Like I said, looking at the 4 hourly squeeze momentum's reset, we're starting to pick back up to the downside. On the daily, this is not good at all. We've just flipped a bearish signal, and this is a big candle to put in on the first day. This is not normally good. Whenever we put in candles like that, I mean, it always ends up being nasty. I mean, we've never put in a candle like that on the first day and not had this go down for, more than 2 weeks of bearish momentum. So I would be very cautious on Solana right now. I think Solana could have a further flush out to the downside, and what the charts are telling me is we could potentially have a move back down to the 786 fib at $91. Now, my gut feeling was really that Solana was going to reverse $100. That still is on the table, but we need to start pushing up ASAP. These daily EMA ribbons are starting to push down on themselves, and they could be firing a short anytime soon if we're really not careful. And like I said, it's really not just Solana. I am a big Solana bull in the macro term, but looking at what's going on in Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin doesn't look like it's satisfied with this move down to 39.5. In my opinion, it looks like it wants to go lower. Whether that's going to be a fake out to 39 before a big impulse, that is yet to be seen. I would like to highlight, since we did put in this ascending support, we have had big fake outs to the downside of it. I think this was the worst one. We had approximately a $2,300 decrease to the downside. That was 6.69%. If we look at this breakdown, this was a further 7% to the downside. That was a 2.5% breakdown. If we were to put something in similar like that, you could see potentially even a move all the way down to 36,000, basically 37,000. Now, once again, that's not my most likely scenario. I've been saying this. My gut feeling was that we were going to bottom at 39.5. I said this when we were up here at 43,000. If I'm wrong and we break below 39.5, so be it. I'll be happy to admit I was wrong. But so far, as long as we're holding approximately 39,000 on the daily, then I wouldn't panic too much. But until Bitcoin starts pushing up and still Bitcoin shows us that this is the bottom and we're going to start heading up, I cannot be leverage trading Solana. I think it would be a little bit dangerous to enter long on Solana right now, even though my gut feeling is that we did bottom at $100. I still have to look at the charts, and when the charts are telling me that, we're moving to the downside, I mean, the 4-hour, so be it, this can get reversed on like any news, but the daily, it is never a good sign when the squeeze momentum indicator heads to the downside on the daily. If we come over to the MFI and the RSI pair, starting off with the daily candles, the MFI is still very overextended. We're up here at 54. I would like to point out though that we are in a very nice uptrend right now, and we have done these uptrends before. If I can find it, we've become overextended on Solana before. Yeah, you can see here we had a bottom down here at 4. We came all the way up basically to oversold past the 80 on the MFI. Came down to 30, then put in a higher low at 33, became very overextended again, came down to 42, very overextended again, and then that was when we came all the way down to the heartline, not the heartline, the bearish regions down here at 20 on the MFI. We could still be doing that, like we are still putting an ascending formation on both the MFI and the RSI. If you look at the RSI right now, we're still very much increasing since we put in this bottom down here in January. So until we start taking these out and switching momentum to the downside in the macro term, I really can't be too worried, because I've said this before, I believe the weekly bearish momentum is really starting to head down. But this is obviously the weekly. This could mean that we could come down for the next couple of weeks, come down to the 786 fib, and then perhaps we could form, one of the biggest the biggest W pattern that Solana has seen probably in its entire life. This would be very, very valid. I'd love to see this, but nonetheless, I don't like saying this. I don't like saying that Solana could move to the downside. Once again, I am a big macro bull on Solana. I think it will do amazing in the long term, and I told you my gut feeling is that we're going to bottom at $100. And once again, I'll be happy to admit I'm wrong if I am wrong, but my gut feeling is still that we really do need to bottom at $100. If we break below 100, I really don't see much else for us to go apart from $91. If we break that, we're all the way down here again at 80 where we put in this triple bottom, and that is not good if we're returning to the triple bottom. Previously we had a triple bottom, massive rally, had a 5-day correction, pardon me, and then we started heading up to the upside. But here you can really only see, I mean, this has been going on for like 10 days now, so it is taking its sweet time. I don't like how the daily squeeze mom is heading to the downside. Momentum is really starting to be in the favor of the bears right now. And once again, if this is not the bottom for Solana, and the bottom starts falling through the table for Solana, we have a long way to go down until we reach, oversold down here at 20. So just something to keep in mind. I don't enjoy talking about these bearish signals when I see them, but nonetheless I do have to talk about them. I can't sugarcoat it, I can't ignore it. That wouldn't be doing anyone any good. But nonetheless, my gut feeling still that we've bottomed at $100. We really need to hold 100. If we don't hold 100, 91's on the table. If we don't hold 91, it's a move down to 81, and it's not necessarily the 20% drop that freaks me out about that. It's the fact that we'd be returning to this triple bottom structure, and then we could somewhat say that it's very unlikely Solana's going to start running again. And like I said, that is not my most likely scenario. I'm really hoping that Bitcoin is going to start pushing up in the next day or so, but we need to start pushing up from 39.5. We can't keep sticking around getting beat down in the dirt at these levels at 39.5. If we put in a daily close below 39,000 for Bitcoin, or better yet a weekly close, I would be expecting a move down to at least 31,000 for Bitcoin. That is a massive, massive flush out. That's a 20% drop. My worst case scenario is down here at 28. That's a 27% drop. If that does happen, Solana could really have a hard time in the short term. So that is all I see. Nonetheless, I do think we've bottomed at $100. We do just need to be slightly cautious. I'm not going to be leverage trading this until I do see a big bounce on Bitcoin. That's really all I'm waiting for. Solana can wait. The analysis on Solana can wait. Keep your eyes on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts putting in daily closes below 39,000, it's going to get extremely ugly for your altcoins, Solana included. That is all I've got for you today. Not financial advice. Cowboy out. Peace.